What's happening? What's going on? Oh, boom, get some light. We have light. What's happening, everybody? See if I can get my headset to connect. I don't know. I'm trying to get my Bluetooth headset to connect. It just doesn't want to connect to the computer for some reason. Let me see. It might have connected this time. Let me put that on there. Go to settings, audio. There we go. Test it. All right, we're good. What's happening? Big Mac's in the house. Don Cheek, what's going on, baby? Where you been? Logistically Disturbed, Desert Okie Pan, Big Face, Trucker, what's happening? John Armstrong. What's up, Jerome? What's up, Mike K. Sr.? What's going on? So yeah, we have a trailer available. So if anybody wants to apply, got another trailer. Because it's Apple. You know what, Big Mac? Don't make me drive down there. Don't make me drive down there to Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me. Oh, that's hot coffee. That's Starbucks, I guess. Starbucks in the pod. So that's what we're drinking this morning. Yeah. Hello, Jeremy Rice. Anybody want to come in? We'll let you in. Like I said, we have a trailer available. How long it's going to last available? No clue. Probably not long at all. So if you're interested, like Trucking Corp, go to the website, liketrucking.com, fill out an application, and there you go. Anybody want to join? They can join in. What's up, Pigtail? There's Pigtail. What's going on? Until the end of the day? Yeah, you're right. Might be gone by the end of the day, Don. And if you're close to Springfield, Missouri, that is where the trailer's at right now. It's in Springfield. So you wouldn't have far to go. We do have, well, it depends. One in Michigan, one in Springfield. That's where the trailers are. If the one driver gets his truck repaired in time, he'll come to Michigan and get it. If not, he'll go to Springfield, whichever one's open. But we do have one open trailer. What's up, Big Houston? Canadian freight broker, what's happening? Morning. So by the end of the day, if you want to claim that trailer, by all means, fill out an application, send it to us, and we'll expedite you, right? If you really want to come over here, you could be here by the end of the week. Just saying. Or, first thing on Monday. Yes, Sean Fairman. Snorlord swept it out even. That's right. If you get the one that's in Springfield, he washed it. He got on it. He was building an empire with his bare hands, folks. He got down there. He scrubbed the floors, washed the walls, sanitized that trailer like nobody's business. Because that's how Snorlord is. He wants to make sure you got a nice, clean trailer, and he even blew that thing out with his leaf blower. What are the details of the trailer? Why? Well, you got to come over here to pull it. I'm not selling it. You got to come over and pull it. I don't sell none of my trailers. Lots of hoods for sale. You're right. They're not efficient. I've been saying that forever, Sean. Saying it forever. But, no one wants to believe me, right? They all say, blah, blah. But you know what? They never thought $7 a gallon was coming, right? 6 or 7 is, and it might get worse. We don't know. But if you have a hood, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Because, if China stays locked down and if things go awry, it is what it is. Let me reply to this. Hold on. I could send them a link, tracking link, but we won't. All right, so it looks like the one driver is heading this way for one of the trailers. Yeah, they look cool. They look cool. I can't give a wrench right now. I don't know. Some wrenches went and gone. I don't have no idea. But I'm not on my phone, Don. So next time I get on there, I'll make sure you get a nice blue wrench or an orange wrench or something. Pigtails, the W9389 look cool, though. They do look cool. Fuel efficient? No. That's what it is. They ain't got no audio in it. We got audio. No, Starlord's still driving. Here, let me see what's going on here. Somebody just texted. Their driver here. Cool versus cash. That's right. Yeah, you had to refresh, man. Bull of the Woods. He should be camping. Bull of the Woods, go camping. So let's take a look at the W9s, the 389s, all that. You're looking at 5 miles a gallon, right? 5.5. Come on, guys. You get 7.5, 8. They're lying if they say they're getting it. And we all know that on this satellite radio channel, that who I'm talking about. They would say, "Oh, look, man, we're getting 9 miles a gallon with these trucks, 8." BS. No way. Impossible. I wasn't born yesterday. You know why I know this? I've drove all those trucks. Not happening. Not happening. You're not getting those mileage with any hood. I don't care what you say. Let's take a look at the real facts, the real miles and so forth. Yes, you're loving your Volvo right now at 8.3. That's right, Greg. Very efficient, automatic. Right, Greg? You got the automatic and all that. The 65 miles an hour truck that is turning about 1,250 RPMs. There's where Volvo gets their fuel mileage. It's because of the way they have it set up. That's how they get it. Doug, they're not even going to get it at 50. They're pulling the load. They're not even going to get it at 50. They would like to say they are, but come on. You see any of those guys doing 50? If you got a long hood, they ain't doing 50. How many long hoods you see going on the highway at 50 miles an hour? That's why I got a glider, newer aerodynamics, old school engine and power, better fuel economy, and then a hood. Yeah, and it's better to have that than to delete, because you delete and get caught deleting, you're in trouble, right? Let's just face it. Government wants money, and if they catch you, they're going to get your money. What's up, Renato? How's it going? So let's take a look at that. If they're getting 5 miles a gallon and it's $6 a gallon for fuel after their discount. Let's say they're in Pennsylvania and they get, it's almost $7 there, and they get $1 and they get $6. They're at $1.20 a mile just for fuel. $1.20 a mile. And if you're going by miles, if you're breaking that down, and if you do 8,000 miles a month, and your tractor and trailer and all your insurances come out to, $4,000 a month, there's another 50 cents a mile. Now you're at $1.70 a mile just to cover those expenses, not including another 10 or 12 cents a mile for vehicle maintenance account. We'll just say 10. You're at $1.80 a mile. Have fun. That's all I got to say. And, and if you're with those companies that have a manipulated load board, we'll call it a manipulated load board. or the only load board that you can see and work off of, i.e., Schneider, Landstar. Who else has a load board? USA Truck, Warner, probably. I don't know. There's a bunch of them now have load boards. JB Hunt. So if you're on one of those dedicated load boards, you have no control. And on all those, you can't even negotiate. Then people say, oh, wait a minute, but you can negotiate at the Big Blue. No, you can't. You're not negotiating nothing, but, you're just manipulating the numbers around. Well, give me a little more on fuel surcharge than the rate. That way I get a little more of it. Things like that. They just manipulate the numbers. It's still the same money. Just a little manipulation, so you get to keep an extra 20 or 30 bucks. Hasn't changed, right? It's been, how long since I was there? 10, 15, 16 years ago or so. Hasn't changed. Still have weekly deductions, everything underneath the sun. Still weekly paychecks. Still, 4, 5, 6 months down the road, if the load, they hit you for another 200 or 300, say the load, rate reduction, take money back, things like that. That all still goes on. And there's a reason. When that agent says, "What's your truck number?" They plug it in. They say, "Oh, well, the load's not there," because what you don't know is if you make one agent mad and stuff, they just put you down in the thing. So when they bring up your truck, it shows, this guy's a bad attitude, or this BCO, delivers late. And all that stuff's in your file. So they can just say, "Oh no, that load's gone," because they want to protect their customer and things like that. Kind of like these other websites out there that are trying to do the same thing for brokers, but in that case, those should be stopped because they are manipulating their own numbers. That's a whole different story. We'll get into one of those. We'll light up one of those companies here pretty soon. And then, there's all talk about lease purchases or full maintenance leases or rentals all over the YouTube and everything else. But no one breaks down the numbers, all right? No one's really breaking down the numbers. They try to break down the numbers, but they keep missing one critical number. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. They keep missing one critical part. But I guess there's not enough people that can figure that out. So we're not going to go through that. We're not going to give that number or that critical part. We'll just let it keep going on until somebody figures it out. What's up, Doug? Doug's laughing. Well, we could see what's going on in the business today. Let me bring up another window. All right. Let me bring up 1, 2, 3 load board so we can check out what's going on in the world of trucking today. Gotta log in. Log in, man. Log in. Man, I got so many screens open up. I got to delete some of my screens here so I can catch up and see where I'm at. There's another one. Slide it over here. All right. Load availability. Let's share the screen. Why not? Let's just go ahead and do this. I like my other software better because I can zoom in on things. You can see things. But I just came on here in case somebody wanted to go live, because they all gripe and complain that, it's harder to get on the other site. What's up, Fran? Good job, man. Quick hit. What's going on? A new Volvo 760. Well, you're going to get excellent fuel mileage. You don't have to worry about the hood on that one holding you up. See, these brokers, are they empty now? Are they going there now? Are they going to look? If you want an update, call the driver. You have their phone number. Let me ask you guys a question. What's the fastest way to get an update? It's not by email, because some people don't even look at their email. It's by picking up the phone and making a phone call. Right? So the brokers don't want to pick up the phone and make a phone call. That's just complete laziness. That is all that is complete laziness. So I will have to go on here. I don't know to be done with the dentist yet. So I got an echo feed, man. Turn that stuff, Snowlord. I thought you were an expert. What's up, dude? I thought you were an expert.
I'm no expert. I don't know where you got this idea that I'm an expert.
I thought you were an expert at this. I got to look up Frankie O. I got to look up and see. I was talking about, we were talking all kinds of things about dedicated load boards like Schneider, Landstar. I think USA Truck's got one, right? JB's got something. Who else? Warner, maybe? I don't know. Call the driver. Yeah.
No, I think Swift was working on one, but Warner, I don't know. I think Prime's working on one as well. KLM has got one. So, but
so no, I heard
you. Huh?
I got to go to my dispatch monitor to check out and see where he's at. So that way I can let these guys know. He's supposed to pick up at 1:00. He is, let's see, what's it telling me? 57 miles away. Be there at 11:49. Yeah, so I'll just tell them he'll be there at 11:49. Because I got to answer the email because they just don't call.
Yeah, that's strange. I haven't had to deal with that too much. Morning, CDN. I heard you talk about Landstar before I came in, and the majority of the Landstar load board is basically the scraps that the agents need covered, or it's loads off the DAT that with a list of brokers that Landstar can use. So they're co-brokering. So if I had a choice between spot market and Landstar, I would definitely do the spot market because you got more choices, and you're not getting the scraps that the Landstar drivers don't get. So,
well,
there's a way to survive over there. There's two ways. One, you find an agent that has dedicated freight, which that's a lot hard. It's tough to get in those circles. And two, you find an agent that can get on the low broker boards and help you negotiate, like with C.H. Robinson, JB Hunt, and all that. But then if you're going to do that, you might as well just, get the full percentage because you're only getting 65% over there. So the drop and hook loads, those are harder to find. I was running a lot of those FedEx loads, the drop and hook. And then if there's nothing on the delivery side, then you're doing the trailer search that can be a week before you get a trailer sometimes. I've had agents try to finagle that trailer from me. I once had an agent call me and like, hey, you're supposed to drop that trailer. So I get to the receiver and I go, hey, do you have any empties? They're like, no. And it looks like it'll be like 2 weeks before we're even unloading one of your trailers. I'm like, unless you want to sit and wait for a live unload. I'm like, that's what I'll do. So I called the agent and said, hey, they're live unloading me right now. Oh, why are they doing that? Well, because they want to. Oh. I completely threw their plan because I think that they were going to try to They're going to try to keep the trailer from me so they can give it to somebody else. So, there's a lot of shenanigans going on with that. If you think the spot market has a lot of shenanigans, that was definitely, and new drivers don't know that kind of stuff. So I know several people that went over there as new people, and they had the same struggles I did. So it wasn't just me.
Well, not only that, then you also have all the deductions, right? They're like a bank, right? They got fee upon fee.
Yeah.
That's another thing you got to realize, right? So if you don't work, you're still going to get charged something.
Right.
You're still going to have something. So if you take it a month off, you're going to come back, you're going to owe something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think my first settlement was negative $300 because I was only able to book one load in the first pay period, and after fuel and all the deductions, insurance, and everything else that they took out from the first check, I lost $300. So that was kind of a reality check for me that this was a different game. So
yeah. So we had a question for you, Snowlord. I said we had a trailer available in Springfield.
yeah.
And they wondered if it was your trailer.
No.
Yeah,
I
they're
still
trying to
own
get
my
you to get rid of
trailer,
your trailer.
and I still own my trailer and have no intention of ever selling it. That thing's going to be in my field on my property, rotting away with like things I don't want anymore in there.
No, it'd be a good storage trailer.
Hmm?
It'd be a good storage trailer, right? To put all of your SHIB coin in.
Plenty of room.
You got plenty of room to fill that thing up. I mean, it's down to the bare bones now. Yep. Good stuff, right?
CDM Freight Broker, that is correct. CDM Freight Broker's comment, he's spot on.
What's he comment? I didn't read. I was busy putting something in.
It seems that the Landstar agent program does not promote agents to focus on direct customers because Landstar owns the customers. Most agents co-broker the freight. Yes. They that's how it works. If you look for the advertise, if you want to be a Landstar agent, they have this ad where it shows this guy in a business suit on the beach on the laptop.
Well, there's two types of agents there, right? There's two types. You're going to have the agent that's using their broker authority, which is going to get a percentage, 7% or something like that, right? Yeah. And then you're going to get the actual broker / agent, to where usually what happens is the man or the husband or the wife is the broker. They have the brokerage firm. The other person is an agent for Landstar. And that just opens them up to have a lot more trucks available. So what they do is they take their freight from their customer, and they broker it to themselves, basically, right, to Landstar, and then they get cuts on both ends.
Well, the other thing that happens is you have agents that actually own the trucks. Like there's a particular agent that owned 30 trucks because they had a dedicated account that they managed. And so a lot of those you don't really hear about until Christmas time when the regular drivers take their time off. Next thing you know, you're looking on the load board, there's this killer load, killer rate, everything's awesome. And you're like, oh yeah, I've got these all the time, but you never see them on the board. And when you go to call them, they don't, later on after the person's back from vacation, they don't have them anymore. So, I mean, there's a lot of that. And a lot of agents are undercutting each other too.
Right.
I witnessed that firsthand. All the shopping cart loads I was doing, I had this one gal that was in charge of those. And then that particular shipper basically put it out there like in a bidding kind of war. And so now the agents were undercutting each other. So I would literally have one load booked. She'd call me and say, hey, that load's just been canceled. And I would see it reposted by a different agent. I would call that agent. It was the exact same load, but it was like $300 or $400 less. So it was crazy.
Right. So that's van. This is van density map for this week so far, which it's looking better than it did last week. Because remember, there's some softness right in here.
Yeah, it seemed like at the beginning of the week they were trying to push rates down pretty good, but I've noticed that volumes were a
But
little
look
bit
right through
lower.
here. Look right through here. Because this is all red. Now it's yellow. So it's changing.
And
Let's
I
see
still
reefer.
got a pretty good rate for my driver coming out of the Midwest.
And here's reefer.
Yeah, reefer's kind of hurting a little bit more with more red.
And then, let's take a look at flatbed.
Yeah, look at flatbed. If you're a
Flatbed is in
flatbed,
bad shape.
nah, here's the thing though. If you're a flatbedder, you need to be in all those green states. All of them.
Running the south.
Yep, running the southeast. It's a lot of
Yep.
lumber, a lot of building
10,
materials.
10 and 20.
And then Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, that's a lot of steel and cement. But I mean, and one of the trucks I'm dispatching is a flatbed truck. And from basically East Texas to North Carolina, it's really good. I mean, you're talking like load ratios like through the roof. Like hover over Alabama there, Jeff.
Alabama?
Yeah.
696 inbound, outbound 4365, 258 interstate. So there's like 4,600 loads to only 700 coming in. Yep. Huge money because they look at the demand. Yep. Hardly no trucks, lots of demand, right? Yep. Even Georgia. Georgia's kind of almost even. Mississippi, look at that. 261 going in on 2,400 going out.
Take a look at Arkansas.
Same thing.
Yep. So
same thing.
If you're running the southeast in flatbed and you don't mind tarping, you can easily make about $1,200 to $1,400 to $1,500 a day, easy, on 300 something miles.
Look at Vans is pretty even. This is Van. It's pretty even in a lot of places. It's pretty close, right?
Yeah.
So it's not, 402 and you got 416, so it's pretty even. Texas is pretty good.
Yeah, the thing with Texas, it's opposite now. It used to get your money going in and get a hit coming out. Now it's the other way around. Now they don't want to pay anything to go in because they know you're going to get it out. We talked about yesterday on my live feed.
So even if you come up here where these are yellow, they're still good for van. It's not too bad. And then California is not, it's decent. It's not the greatest. So van's looking pretty good across the country right now. It's picking up. Shannon, good morning. Cup of coffee. Thank you.
Now, I have a strategy for fuel if you want to hear
it. What's that? Don't buy it?
Yeah. No, so if you do a search of what states have the cheapest fuel, and then do a search of what states have the most consistent freight volumes in and out. If you stay within those areas, you'll maximize your profit margin. So in other words, if Wisconsin has cheap fuel and has a good load ratio in and out, and you want to balance between that and Missouri, because Missouri also has cheap fuel, just make a career out of that. Just bounce back and forth, and even if you get a load canceled, you're still in a good area to stay to book another load. Or if a shipper, or receiver screws you up, don't go east of New Concord, Ohio, because that's when you start getting into that $6 fuel and tolls. And if you run the southeast, you're going to pay a little bit more for fuel, but the rates are pretty good and the freight volumes are pretty good. So that's kind of what I've noticed.
Good morning, Ahmed. How's it going? Logic Neo in the house. I thought Logic Neo would be camping. When do you think he'd be camping or, eating a steak dinner or something like that? I thought he'd come up here and buy me a steak lunch, but he's busy, I guess. Over $5 everywhere, pretty much. But I touched on earlier. I was touching on, because there's a lot of talk, and Snorlord, you watch a lot of YouTube about rentals or lease purchase or renting a truck or something like that, right? And people are trying to do numbers and things like that, but they're forgetting one main number in the whole equation. But I'm not going to say what it is. They're forgetting one main part to that whole setup. Nobody's guessed it.
I missed the whole feed, so I mean that whole part of the feed. So I don't know which. Most people know that don't do their numbers. They miss a lot of things.
Right. Well, people send me messages and things like that. Say, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of what this person or that person? And I'm like, well, that's them, right? That's not you.
Mm-hmm.
But they asked me about the numbers, and I'm like, well, there's lots of people doing the numbers, going over numbers, but they're forgetting one main number, and I just left it at that. Because they can't figure that number out, maybe they should be an owner operator. Just my opinion. Fuel sucks everywhere. It does. Even if you're not even driving a diesel and you're using your own car, fuel sucks everywhere. Carrier packet. Is that mine or yours, Steve?
Ain't me.
It's probably,
I've got
insurance holder, blah, 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 blah. We got to be set up with these people already. Am I showing my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, well. We take that off that screen. Put it on the other screen.
No, I mean, when it comes to numbers, we're Trucker Education Network. I mean, we need to teach these people to do their numbers. And so, a lot of times when I talk to people, they're forgetting to add extra maintenance for truck replacement.
Right.
They're forgetting to add taxes. They're forgetting to add, the small things. It's the little things that add up, like your everything at your house, and all your streaming platforms and your insurance. I mean there's so much to it. It's not just insurance, fuel, and truck payment. There's more to it than that.
Now I have to look up, make sure they're even factorable. Oh, that's another thing, right? So if people aren't using, let's say, like Thunder Funding, and we get to use the network there to check brokers' credit and stuff like that to make sure they're good, right? Mm-hmm. Some people are hot for these people, and it looked decent, but they were denied, right? Mm-hmm. So I call up to double check, right? Call them and say, double check on this one. They say, well, no, we can't do it. They're denied. So why is that? They say because they double broker.
Oh, wow.
So they're denied. The broker is denied from the factoring company because they double broker.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So kudos for that, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think they're paying attention to that a lot more. I came across a Thunder Funding thing where they were red and they had a credit score of 97 on the dashboard, and they actually had a 98 or a 99 on Thunder Funding, but they were red, so I didn't even bother calling on it. So,
right, like this one shows 100, but they're under review, because it looks like they stopped in February and March and did nothing. And if you scroll down, they only got $3,700 on their books. That means they don't do hardly nothing.
Wow. Alex wants to ask a question.
Original copies required is what they say right here too. Forget those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, original copies. What's an original copy? Okay, so this broker needs a lesson, right? They need a lesson. So, Snowlord, if you're the driver and you come up and I'm the receiver, and you hand me your bills, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I sign them, right? I take my pen, I go, and I take that and I set it on the copy machine and hit copy, and I hand you the copy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not original bill, right?
No.
It's copy. Now, if you tell me, well, I need the original, and if I tell you, no, that's all you're getting, and shut the window, what are you going to do?
What can you do?
You can't do nothing.
Right.
Yeah. To me, when they want originals, that's just another way for them not to pay. That's probably why their numbers are so low right there. Just saying. And who sent me this? I probably got an idea because they sent me 6 carrier packages this morning already. And it's only one of 2 drivers.
Alex, ask your question. Just go ahead and ask it. Don't beat around the bush.
So I'll call Thunder Funding up and I'll check. If it's not much, I'll just go ahead and fill it out. But we'll see. Alex, can I ask a question a little off topic? Still truck related though. Well, just ask it. I'm just repeating what you said.
Shy all of a sudden.
He's shy.
I see him in all
Alex
these different
shy.
YouTube live feeds, and now all of a sudden he's shy. Difference between,
because here's what I talk about, right? So we look at this, right? Come down here, we see this credit score of 100, but we see here 35, 30, 30, 45, 34, then there's nothing here, and then 22 in May. But if you look at their balances that they keep, not very good.
Right.
That means that they don't have a big volume, right? They're a couple load broker. Because you see all these other numbers. But they have nothing bad here, and complaints and issues and all that stuff. But this is where it falls short, right here.
Mm-hmm. So Thunder might approve that, but it'll be like only for $1,000. So you're not like taking a load out you're not taking a big 6K banger out there,
Right. So she said 1,000.
If you want to.
Yeah, she said 1,050. So let's call Thunder Funding up.
Nor would you want to do a big load with a sketchy credit, like history like that.
Let's call them up.
Alex says, so I told company that this Thursday was my last day. Unfortunately, I've been broke down in South Carolina since this past Wednesday. Will me getting a rental and leaving truck behind affect me even when I said? Alex, you should have gotten the rental to begin with. How long was the truck going to be down? I would have gotten the rental right from the get-go.
Hey, Monique, this is Jeff of Light Trucking Corp. How you doing?
Oh, Jeff's not muted.
Good. Could you check a broker for me? It's okay. 813-217. And it's for 1,050. Voyager. Yeah. Because I see they don't have very much balance. So that's okay. All right. Thank you. Bye. You too. Bye. All right. So they're good to go, she says. That's simple. Wasn't too bad, right, Steve? Wasn't too
right.
bad. Now let's do this carrier packet. Anybody want to do this carrier packet for me?
No,
Steve.
That's why you make the big.
You know what? Okay, so
I'm answering Alex's question.
All right, you answer that, and let me see how fast I can do this. 20-page carrier packet.
If the truck's down, there's nothing you can do about it, right? What are you going to do? You know, so if you're done Thursday and the truck's not fixed by Thursday, then it's not abandonment.
Right.
Just keep a journal and have, you know, maybe the shop guy to have something in writing for you, so the carrier can't put you on blast. But
Oh, because they will. I mean, if they're part of this carrier 411 garbage, which should be illegal as heck, but if they're part of that group, look out.
now I was under the impression that
Yes.
Alex is an owner operator. So if he's leasing from the company and they're not fixing the truck, I mean, is that why you're leaving? I mean, there's more to the story, so it's hard to answer a question when you don't know the whole story. But I do know if it's the company that I think it is, I had a buddy of mine that was over there and his lease truck went down and the company didn't really do much to help him out. They didn't put him in another truck. They didn't do much. So if it's the same company, it doesn't surprise me, but I don't know. I'm assuming. And you know what assume?
Assume.
You know what assume stands for. So.
All right, so we're about done with this here, Steve. Almost.
What, this live feed?
No, this carrier packet.
Okay.
So let me send them this, make sure everything's filled out on it. Oh, I got to send them insurance. Isn't that great?
Yeah, Fran's right. Call them. You just need to communicate with them. You know, you don't want to go and have a truck abandonment on your thing and say, well, these two morons from YouTube told me to do this. I mean, you know, cover your butt.
2 morons from YouTube told me to do this.
Don't listen to YouTubers. We're sketchy. We're sketchy.
Sketchy. I think the dentist hit some nerves or something, Steve. I think they've done something to you.
Hey, you know, there was a person a couple of years back that went to a company. I told him he probably shouldn't do that. It's not a good idea. And here's what they're facing. Then they literally lasted 3 weeks over there. And then I got blamed for misguiding them. So, you know, do we have a lot of knowledge? Yeah. But ultimately, you got to cover your own butt. Don't just like, well, I saw it from one guy on YouTube. Oh, now I got a truck abandonment. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. What's up, Hool?
I just got to go on insurance and send them the COI.
Company's based out of Chicago.
All right, so let's email this to this lady. What do they want in this thing? Who's based out of Chicago?
The company that Alex is leaving. So it's not the company I thought. So.
Well, based out of Chicago. Well, there's a bunch of them in Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's a hotbed. A hot mess.
Minnesota.
Okay, so the lady who owns the truck is leased onto a company. Me and the lady who owns the truck go 50-50 on gross minus fuel. That sounds complicated, Alex. Okay, so the lady owns the truck, is leased onto a company. Okay. Me and the lady who owns the truck go 50-50 on gross minus fuel. That's a unique situation, Alex. And with unique situations, I have no answer because that's a situation that I don't know if I would have ever gotten in that. So I don't have an answer for that. I thought you were at that company that was from California and then later on out of Georgia. I thought that's where you were. What happened to that gig?
All right, this broker's getting on my nerves. Now let us know when they get in the parking lot, and then let us know when they get up to their shipping window, and then let us know when they get back to their truck. So you know what I'm going to do, Snorlord?
Give them a live link?
Yeah, I'm going to give them a live link. And then that's all they're getting.
You know, that usually impresses the brokers. Usually they're like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. I'm like, dang right, we can do that.
Yeah, let me give them a live link and say, here you go. Yeah, we'll end it there. Copy link. Reply. Here is a live tracking link. There. Now they shouldn't bother me, right? I mean, unless they're too lazy to click on the link.
No, they're going to bother you.
Sat Brothers discounts. Well, Sat Brothers are getting up there. Here, let me send this to all the troops out there. Sat Brothers discounts. Oh, just got the bill for the fleet insurance, physical damage, bobtail, all that good stuff. Yeah, I figured as much. Woo-wee. There you go, Steve. Anybody want any Eagle loads? Here, let me forward this too. I'm going to blast everybody with a bunch of loads.
Okay, Alex, I apologize. You're somebody else. I thought you were somebody else. So
how about some FedEx freight? Oregon to California. Anybody want Oregon to California? I wouldn't even send it to nobody. FedEx, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, custom critical. That's not very custom or critical at that rate.
Yeah, Alex, I apologize. I thought you were somebody else.
Company name is ITS, Infinitive Transportation Services. I'll throw it out there. You're confusing me. What's my website, Fran? Are you going to come and apply? You want that other trailer, Fran? It's liketrucking.com. LIKE trucking.com. Right, Steve? That's what it is. And you could be here fast. I mean, you know, if you everything checked out, 3 to 4 days tops. That's all it takes, right, Steve? Enough time to get to do all the checks and everything.
Yep, do all the checks, the test, and getting the stuff installed.
Yes, we need to teach Steve, man. We got to get him a little mechanically developed.
Hey, if that means I get to go to the hardware store and buy tools on your dime, I'm there.
No, that's not what that means, Snor. You got to invest in your own tools. You don't have mechanics getting tools bought to them by the dealerships. You know, Kenworth don't buy their mechanics tools. You got to buy your own tools. If I buy them for you, then you know what that'll do? You won't treat them right because they were given to you. You won't treat them right. Because I know Snorlord. See, he's not going to go get, you know, like medium price tools. He's just going to call the Snap-on guy up or the Mac or the Mac, tool guy or somebody up. So yeah, what do you got there? Oh, 25,000 for 7 tools? No problem. Just throw them down there.
I've dealt with Snap-on. Dutch has a question. Snorlord, how's the market price for trucks going? Are you looking for another truck if prices come down? Prices are coming down just a hair on used stuff, but no, I'm not looking to buy another truck. I have had an offer from somebody to buy a truck at a really good price, but at this point, I don't plan on being the guy that puts another person in a truck that I own. I'm not doing that.
Yes, Hool. I will lease purchase Snorlord 2 screwdrivers. Hammer.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. Get him those hot pink wrenches.
That's a goof.
What? You'll never lose those, right? Because you'll be able to see them anywhere. We'll get them. The fluorescent ones too. That way they glow in the dark. Oh, he's on the business call. He's on the business. I already applied and headed to drop my trailer. Okay, Don. What else we got going on? Ratchet
Hey,
Duval
Jeff,
says, yeah.
you're getting ready to have a phone call.
Oh, from
Yep.
who?
It's going to be a 913 number from Kansas, so it's probably important.
Oh, it just came through, but I didn't answer it.
I know. That's why I answered it. But that's a Kansas number, so you might have to answer that. Wink, wink. So.
Well, let me call it back. Here, I'll put myself on mute.
Thank you, DIY. I don't have the green screen, so it's like they're like my hand is ghostly. I'm like you, because you don't have a green screen either. But anyways, yeah, Jeff's on the phone, and I'm stuck here doing the live feed for him, but I can't control anything. Ratchet, we are 80% for the contractor, and if you want us to supply a trailer but not pay the rental fee, it's 73%. But if you don't have a trailer and we rent one for you, then there's whatever the leasing fee is, which is varies from whatever trailer company we're getting from. So the only thing taken out of your settlement is an escrow in the beginning up to $1,000. That covers the cost of the ELD and whatever your last fuel might be, just in case, just in case kind of a thing. If you get our insurance, that will be taken out. But if you get your own bobtail liability, then the only thing that comes out of your settlement are IFTA and fuel. So. Well, Snarly can always growl us a tune while we wait, since you all don't have an empty chair to entertain us. Yeah, I'm not a growler anymore there, the Hool. I don't even think I could do that. Spring water to get out of Michigan to Minnesota by tomorrow. There you go. And then, Shannon, look for glass to come out of Shakopee. That's usually a pretty good load. And now there's a glass recycling place that makes bottles, so look for that. Yep, Ratchet is self-dispatch. If you don't want to dispatch, then Jeff and I can do it for 5%. So, but it is self-dispatch. You go on the low boards and you choose your freight, however you want to do it. So, pretty basic. 80-20. You choose your own loads, and then the cost just varies of what your needs are. We don't nickel and dime you. I think my insurance is about, well, my insurance comes out to about $300 something a month. And that includes my bobtail liability and our occupational. And then Jeff covers the cargo liability, which, you know, a lot of carriers don't cover that. We have longevity bonuses and we have safety bonuses as well. Deaf that can lip read have an advantage in this feed. That's right. So, see, I told you guys it was important. That's why you got up and left. So, okay, I do have my own insurance. I pay $251 a month. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good rate. So, if you have your own occupational, then that's great. So if you got your own occupational and your own truck insurance, then the only thing that comes out of your settlement is IFTA every quarter. If you owe your KYU, if you run Oregon, that'll come out, and then your fuel. That's it. Our settlements are the easiest to read out there. And there's a card swipe of $100, or sorry, $1.50 a swipe. So. What's up, Randy? Coming out of DC. Didn't you learn your lesson last time? Let's see. I have a 2017 T680. Well, you'll fit right in because half our fleet is 680s. I also use my own fuel card now. Yeah, you can do that. If you do that, we've got pretty good fuel discounts. But if you do that, you can. All you got to do is send the receipt, a copy of the receipt to Jeff, so we can do your IFTA. How much is our fuel discount? Right now, we're on a cost plus deal through Schneider Nash, so it's comparable to Nastic on TA Petro, and then we get 12 cents off for Loves. We get nothing for Pilot Flying J because they suck anyways. Self-dispatch, so we send you the rate con and BOL, and you do the factoring, and you give us the settlement through direct deposit. How does this work? Yeah, so when you book a load, the broker sends you the rate con, you sign it, then you send it to Like Trucking. Jeff puts it in our system. We use a TMS system called AXIS. Then you do your load, and then when you're done, you scan your bills into AXIS. Jeff submits that to the factoring company, and then you get paid the next day. So if you deliver Monday morning, you turn in your paperwork. Tuesday morning, you'll get a settlement. Wednesday morning, it's in your bank. Is there availability of trailers to rent or lease? I don't know. Jeff's been able to get some trailers here a little bit easier. So trailers are starting to come back a little bit, which I predicted they would once Christmas was done. But it just depends on what the Shanghai thing is going to do. The Chinese ports are shut down, so who knows if people are going to start hoarding again. The whole, that's funny. I've got plenty of guitars, so we're fine there. What if we got IFTA and fuel card? Do we have to use yours? You can use your own fuel card, but Jeff has to file the IFTA. The carrier has to do that. Back to driving, we'll be listening. Pneumatic Brit, what's up? Saw you sneak in here. So, any other questions about like trucking? I can answer them. I hope, maybe. Other than that, there's I think I think I'm gonna have to make a phone call here, so I have to get off the live feed. So, um, you guys take it easy. Oh wait, here we go. My first time at Jeff's live stream. What took me so long? I thought you've been in here before. Maybe it's just my live feed that I've seen you in. If you guys don't mind, subscribe to DIY Semi. He's got a good channel. Nomadic Brit's got a good channel. Oh, he's back. Shannon Thomas has got a channel. Go subscribe to her. Anybody else want to promote your channel? Go for it. Yeah, don't miss your opportunity, Alex. Just cover your butt. You know, have notation that the truck was broke down. Sage, nothing's happening. Jeff's on the phone, and I've taken over the live feed. Yeah, go to Snowlord OG. We'll put that up. That's a good idea. Copy link. Go paste. Go subscribe to my other channel. I will. I have all the back and forth text with her. Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. You know, screenshot those, keep them in a file. You can turn them into PDFs even, and make sure that you cover your butt. So if they've given you permission to go, then you should be good to go. But there's that word should, right? Oh, I don't have a wrench on this channel. Here, I'll comment. You guys can just there. Ronald, as long as you can pass a DOT physical, you're good to go. It's not like you got to take this strenuous, you know, stress test or anything to come over here. If you can pass your medical DOT, you're good to go. What's the best oil hub? I have no idea. I use Lucas. Well, Jeff could at least give you a YouTube wrench, totally deductible and stuff. Well, I don't, you know, the other channel, I'm trying to keep a lot of the trucker stuff off of it, because I'm trying to get into a different algorithm with that channel. So I really haven't subscribed to a whole lot of trucking things with the channel. Yes, Don, we can. However, that is completely up to Schneider Finance. We did have 2 people here with Schneider Finance trucks. But they're going to charge you a boatload of money to move it over here. How keto is marinated chicken wrapped in bacon with onion and sweat paprika, Snorlord. If it's wrapped in bacon, that's good. So that's pretty keto. Chicken and bacon, can't go wrong with that. See, what's the minimum miles expected for the contractor to provide? We don't have a minimum anymore. We used to. There is a minimum for the safety bonus, which is fairly low. It's like 19,000 a quarter, which is pretty easy. Who pays for inspections and how much are plates? You pay for your own inspection, and the plate is dependent on whatever Michigan charges if we supply the plate. I always recommend people getting their own plate because then you can move the truck however and whenever you want. You got more control. But if Jeff supplies the plate, that's got to be between you and him. Would you consider Jeff your boss? He is my boss. I'm the safety manager, so I kind of have to answer to him that. And he provides me a platform to make money with my truck and with the dispatch service. So he basically is my boss. Yeah, Alex, but I don't recommend doing that unless you know that they're going to be, they're not going to, because, if they want to find something, they will. I mean, I've seen brand new trucks get DOT'd for having too much, and getting a point off for too much fifth wheel grease. So liketrucking.com. Let me add that. There you go. Liketrucking.com. So like I said, we got a trailer here in Springfield and we got one in Michigan. So, all right, just back. Shh, everybody keep cool. Keep cool.
Hey, keep cool, everybody. Storler didn't know I had my other earpiece in. I heard every bad thing he said about me. Everything. I heard it all. But
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? So anyway, Steve, yeah, I talked to that gentleman. I'll talk to you after the show.
Okay.
What's going on? Yeah, then we got to check on another driver for one of our contractors to see if he's able to drive over here yet. See if there's some stuff off his record, things like that. But yeah, business as usual, right? Getting busy. DIY semis in here. What's going on? Behave, he says. So what's nomadic Brit talking about? Yeah, you can move the truck.
My truck. Yeah.
Yeah, who asked that? Was it Don?
Someone asked about, I think
Don Cheek.
Yeah, Don Cheek asked if you can take an SFI, and we've had a couple over here. So
right, so I can multitask, right? So I seen it out of the corner of my eye when I was talking to Garrett on the phone, and before I got up, I seen he asked that. But yeah, you can move SFI trucks over here. We're approved. It just depends on how they feel that day of what they're going to charge. Right?
It's going to be high.
It's going to be high.
It's going to be high.
Usually their fees to move, unless you have an old contract and you can really force them, the feet to the fire type of thing. But usually it's between $3,000 and $8,000 to move it to different companies.
Yeah.
I think we're probably between 3 and 5, somewhere in there. Some guys had lower. One guy had the 700, but he had an old contract. So it just depends on what you have, right?
Yeah,
it
depends on the personal contract too, because a lot of people don't realize that Schneider Finance contracts are, with the particular lease of the trucks they're all different. It's not like straight across the board everybody gets the same deal. So
right. Everybody has a different deal with Schneider Finance. And it might also, who knows? It could depend on how much freight you move for them too.
Right.
Or if they know, it could go on credit scores and everything else. You never know, right?
Right.
If you're approved for SFI, then you should be approved for EIL.
All right, Jeff, I'm gonna get off here.
All right, Steve. Yeah, we're busy. I mean, I got other things to do. I do have that driver I got to go meet this afternoon before the trailer place closes, and get him lined up. But at least the ELD's in the truck. See, that's another thing. We can send you the ELD and the stickers and everything, so you don't have to come up here. Like most companies won't do that, but we will. We'll do that for you. Send you all the apps, get you all hooked up to where you could actually make money to come up here if you wanted to. And I'll even throw in, if you just want to bobtail up, right, Snorlord, I'll throw in some fuel money. Whatever helps you out, and we'll just get it done. How much is it? Says Michael Martin. Well, Michael, see, I don't. And Steve asked this question too, and most companies charge you for whatever the trailer is, right, Steve?
Right.
And not most. Most of them charge you more than what they pay for the trailer.
So they can make profit off of it.
I actually charge less, and the company eats some of the bill. For example, if I get the trailers from up north here, they're cheaper than extra lease trailers. So I can't find it. I don't think it's right if a contractor comes on and they get stuck with an extra lease trailer, let's say, compared to one of our own or the rental just north of us, Scientific, to those contractors have to pay more. To me, that's not fair. So I say it's this price, the same price for everybody. And if I have to pay more, then the company just pays that. Because I don't think it's fair to charge them the extra price. It's not their fault that it's an extra lease trailer, not the other one.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair too.
It's fair. I pay $250 a week now, so is this why I ask? Well, ours is $750 a month. I'll just let it out there. It's $750 a month. So it's less than yours. You're paying $1,000. We pay $750.
Yep.
So what I do is I do it weekly, but it's $250 a week for the first 3 weeks, and the fourth week is nothing. Right? Or some guys will just pay the whole $750 at once. I'm flexible. They say, well, just take it all out of this settlement. I don't want to have the next 2 weeks. So it's $750 a month is what it comes out to. And we have really good fuel discounts. We have really good tire discounts, things like that. And we'll shout out some things. We're just getting to another tire discount. Snorlord, that's what I talked to you about. So I was talking to Garrett. We're going to go ahead and do that with him for tire discounts. And, eventually, we'll give out the name and so forth. But, we won't tell you who it is now. Let us get out there and use it, and we'll tell you exactly how it works because, we only tell you things that are actually that work and that are good savings for other owner-operators. My carrier charge, what's Shannon say? My carrier charges 20% of the remaining balance on the truck for me to move it.
Well, she's over at Dart.
Shannon, look, we got a trailer for you, Shannon. Just move it over here.
That's a big chunk of cash, though.
How much money do you need, Shannon? Snorlord has pockets, deep pockets.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, come on, Snorlord, it's Shannon.
No, I talked to Shannon last week. She's got the right mindset going on, so she would definitely make a good addition to this company.
Well, let me see. How much does their truck cost?
Probably it's a big chunk. I've already talked to her about this.
She's at $50,000. They want $10,000. If it was 50, if it's 70, they want 14. That's kind of ridiculous, right there, isn't it?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though. A lot of these companies like Schneider Finance will tell you that they want that you're okay to move the truck, but do they really want you to? No. So they're going to make it like next to impossible to show that you. And by law, I think they have to give you that option, right? So
right, because if they don't give you that option, then you're an employee,
right? And so they make it next to impossible with the costs because they're losing like Schneider's losing capacity for every Schneider finance truck that leaves, which makes it harder for their pool. So it's in their best interest to keep that truck, especially with the shortage of equipment. So they're going to do everything they can to keep that truck there. And I've heard like other companies will charge up to 10 to 15 grand to be able to move the lease truck. And, so it's that's the game.
Yeah, Michael, if you want to contact and send a phone number, we'll call you. Snorlord just put it up, safety@lighttrucking.com. Easiest number. Or you can even do dispatch. But if you do safety, it goes to both of us. And that way we can both talk to you, or, vice versa, whatever, because Steve knows, you're getting the true thing, right? So Snorlord's here. He's got a truck here, been here for a long time, and he can tell you all the ins and outs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really transparent. Easiest settlements you'll ever get. I mean, if you rent the trailer, you get the 80-20 split. It's that simple. There is no ELD fees nor the other stuff thrown on there. The only thing that you might have come out is if you get fleet insurance through us, then you'll have to pay your insurance bill just like you would if you got it through anybody else. Right, Steve?
Right. Michael Page, the only time you got to come back to Michigan is if you got one of the northern lease trailers that need a quarterly inspection. That's it. Right.
So the deal with the one place I lease from, they're a mom and pop operation. They got a couple of different dealerships around Michigan. You have to come back up every 90 days and get this trailer service, which is nice because they do a lot. They will fix anything that's wrong with it. They will check the alignment, which is very critical on tire wear. They will check and adjust that alignment every time that trailer comes back in 90 days. So it only benefits you. Because most people that own trailers, some of them don't even get them aligned anymore. And they wonder why their truck tires are wearing out. So they will line it. They'll do all that. They'll fix anything on it. They'll grease it, get it all ready, make sure it's DOT legal every time. So those trailers come back. Now, the extra lease trailers, you can drop those off at any extra lease repair facility in the country, and they will take care of those also, but they don't go through the extent of, checking alignments every time either.
Right.
It's $14K right now. Well, Snorlord's got about $12K, probably.
Yeah.
Snorlord's got about $12K. What's Daniel saying? Paid off SFI lease truck December 2020. Glad you're doing well, Jeff. We used to chat when you were with SCNN and NDOC. Appreciate the advice you gave me. Awesome. What else we got going on?
And then the other thing I would look at is possibly, if you're like a year from getting your truck paid off, see if there's a buyout option and get a personal business loan from your bank to put the title in your name, and then you can move it wherever you want, because essentially you've purchased the truck. So that's something else. We had a Snyder Finance guy that did that before he came over here, and it really helped him out quite a bit. So, there's that option as well. If you can get the truck in your name, it's better.
Right. Yeah, and these trailers up here, they're 2016s, 2015s, so they're not that old. They're pretty nice trailers. They're heavy duty. And then, of course, the extra lease ones are going to be older models because they haven't got anything back yet. But those are plate trailers on those. Let me see. I got an email. Michael, I got your email. All right. So, we'll call you up. If you want both of us to talk to you, if Steve's got a few 10 minutes or so today, we'll do a three-way call or whatever. You can ask any questions you want. And there we're getting two different perspectives.
We're going to play good cop, bad cop on you.
Okay. Can I be the bad cop? No.
Well, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
The bad cop. I'm the good cop, right?
How much are rentals running now? Well, it depends on where you get them from. I mean, uh, some rentals high, so extra lease. I don't know if they're the same for everybody, but I know. Let's just take a look at the reefer trailer. I had somebody say, "Hey, can you get me a reefer trailer?" Yeah, but it's you're going to pay out the nose for it. It's ridiculous. They want $14.95 a month for a reefer plus 6 cents a mile plus $1.50 for every hour on their engine, reefer engine. So a 10,000 mile, that trailer's going to cost you $2,300-$2,400 a month.
Yeah, reefer rentals are.
Yeah, yeah, Dan, they're good to haul paper, but personally, if I had the choice to haul paper in a plate trailer or a like the scientifics are Strix, I'd rather haul it in a Strict. Why? It's heavier duty. The sidewalls won't be buckling and bowing. Right, Snoward, you go down the road, your sidewalls don't flop in the wind.
No.
In all of them except for like the Wabash ones that I have that I own, I got the reinforced side rails going down the side on those plate trailers. But if you ever hauled any Schneider trailer and look in your mirror, that side's just doing this. And then people go, well, the trailer's leaking, but they can't find a leak. That's because it's the seams, because when you flex metal so long going down the road, it's going to leak in the seams. Right, Steve? It's going to.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to avoid paper anyways if I can help it. So
the Who's got jokes. More like nice and nicer.
Hool is a funny guy. Pigtail says he tried to rent a flatbed from Extra and couldn't do it because flatbed is through the roof right now. So
it is.
We'll start seeing the same issues in flatbed that we were seeing in van last year.
Now their van trailers, they're different. I mean, they're they're about $500. I'll just round up to about $500 plus 6 cents a mile. So 10,000 miles, you're about $1,100. 8,000 miles, you're $950 or so. We only charge $750. So this company will pay the extra $200 to $300 a month on that trailer. I don't pass that on to the contractor because we get our strict trailers cheaper than that.
So it balances all in the end. So
it balances, right? It balances. All right, we done, Snorlord.
Yep.
We got things to do.
Peace.
Because I gotta see where our driver's at. See when I got to get out of here to drive up there. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will get out of here. We'll leave you with some Snorlord music. Sit back, enjoy, listen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. And we'll tell you some more things that are coming down the pipe of products that we use to keep this company moving. Remember, Thunder Funding, the best funding company in the business. Tell them Truckers Education Network sent you. They will give you a great deal. And you will get great customer service. 123 load board, always 48035 for those guys. Bring you great content on the load board with the best tools for the less money. And Trucking Office, BRN 2018, you all know that. And AXISTMS, you got to go down in the description and click on their link to get their deal, which is almost half off the price. And we'll see y'all later.